Good morning, welcome to route number 26 of my Wainwright challenge. Wow, massive day, hoping to crack 11 Wainwrights off today. Let's see how we get on. May or may not get them all done. So let's go. Witless pike, one drop, eel crag, grassmore, sail, outer side, barrow, causey pike, scar crag, hard knot, and last but not least, knot rig. I'm going to see how I get on. The good chance I'll get them all done. So we parked just outside Buttermere and a lay-by on the pass, which is free. I'm dropping back into Buttermere now, and we're going to pick up a path to Witless Pike. So this is the path I'm looking for through Gillwood. We'll follow the gill for a bit, head to the hills. So another beautiful day. I've got Lenny walking with us today, as well as Stan, so Stan's got a mate. And so we're following the gill. I'm going to head up to Witless Pike first. So we've left the gill and the path rises quite steeply. I think we've got about 500 metres of ascent, I'd say, to the first top. So I think it's going to go quite steeply for about 500 metres. Just look back over Buttermere where I parked the car on the roadside. Now if I do get round today, I intend walking back down the pass there, back to the car. If we get them all done, that's the intended return home. So this it's called Witless Breast, this small like plateau, if you like, before the final ascent up to Witless itself. So the path rises quite steeply, but I'm looking at the views, so I think we'll be following this ridgeline later, picking up various tops, and then we'll come back, and I think we'll be finishing on these two here before we drop back down to the car. So here we are at the top, Witless Pike. Awesome scenery today, absolutely breathtaking. So from Witless Pike we're going to drop down to Saddle Gate, as you can see down there, the little col. Then we're going to head up to One Drop over there, and then we're going to skirt round to Grassmore over there, then retrace our steps, and then we'll head over towards Crag Hill, which you can't quite see. Actually, it might just be peeping out behind One Drop. Looking back at Witless Pike, we're just heading up now to One Dope. Gradient not too bad, much steadier than earlier. So I suspect One Dope is over there on the right. Now the map shows two high points at 772. So I'm going to go to that one and then the other one. Now I think that's Crag Hill in the back drop, and Grassmore is over there, so we'll then follow the ridge line up to that cairn, then along the top to the summit in the distance. So that's the plan so far. As I say, I think there's two tops on One Dope. Wow, so here we are, this is One Dope, not a question about it. Absolutely stunning, glorious day. So that's Crag Hill, or Eel Crag, which is also known as. Now that's Sail over there. That's where we're going next. We're going up to Grassmore, then we'll retrace our steps, follow the ridge. So we're heading up the steep side of Grassmore now. This will be the high point of the day when we get up here. So we're coming up to that cairn that you could see on Grassmore, which is not the top. It's going to be the start of the final ascent, if you like, but we've done the hard work here. We're then going to follow the shoulder after this cairn up to the top. There you go, that's Grassmore over there, looking down Buttermere in the bottom. It's funny how things look different from different perspectives. So we're now looking down at Witless Pike, which was the first Wainwright of the day. So Looks like first view of the top. Not far now. So here we are, Grassmoor. Fabulous views. Buttermere down there, looking stunning. So we're retracing our steps. We'll have to drop back down to the Col and then climb over Eel Crag or Crag Hill, as you can see in the distance, and then we'll follow the ridge line to Sale, which you can't see yet. Back at the oasis, drinking hole for the dogs. I'm going to start climbing up Eel Crag Hill. So we're coming up to Eel Crag Hill. Fantastic. There's a couple of cairns. I better visit them all just to make sure I bag the top, apart from the trig point. Now that looks like Whiteside over there, Hopegill Head and Grisdale. Yeah, the trig point over there was definitely the top. This cairn is slightly lower. We're heading to Sale now, which you can see down there, and then Outerside, which I believe is beyond. Oh, a fabulous little ridge we're walking across. Nothing too dangerous, very pleasant. The Sale's not too far, it's just ahead over there. I'll just finish dropping down this ridge and then climb up to Sale, and we should be able to see Outerside then. So just looking back at Crag Hill, dropping down that ridge line, now climbing up to Sale up this side. Very, very pleasant. So this is the top of Sale, looking back at Crag Hill or Eel Crag. Grisdale over there, looking fabulous. We're going to head down to Outerside now. Do you know, I've changed my mind to it. I'm going to do Outerside, but not yet. I'm going to go over to Scar Crag over there and Causey Pike. Just seems to make sense now I'm up here to do them first, and then we'll drop around Barrow and then Outerside on the way back. I might rue this decision, but there you go. I've changed my mind on route. So you can see the path zigzagging off Sale down to the Col, which we'll be crossing later again after Outerside. But we're carrying on over Scar Crag, as I say, and Causey Pike. Just feels a bit better doing it this way around. So this crossroads you can see down here will be coming to later again from that side up. That looks like quite a steep climb. So maybe I will rue my decision to alter the plans, but anyway, we'll be coming back to that crossroads and heading down that way to Ard Crag for the last couple of Wainwrights of the day. So once I go beyond that crossroads, I'm committed to 11 Wainwrights. So there we go. This is me committing. So we're ascending Scar Crag at the minute. I don't think it's too far to the summit. You see, stand ahead at a cairn. That's not the summit, but the way is marked by lots of cairns. So this is Scar Crag, and in the background over there you can see Causey Pike, which we're heading to next. So that'll be Braithwaite down there. So you can make out Skiddaw, and that'll be Blencathra. There's Causey Pike. I think that's Outerside down there, and the one in the distance where you see the footpath scarred is Barrow. So we've got these three to do before we cut back up the valley and head across that way for home. Fair bit to do yet. So here we are at the top of Causey Pike. Wow, fantastic views. Barrow down there. Outerside's over there. What we've got next? So that'll right in the background is Crag Hill. Fantastic. Got a fair bit to do. We've got to work out how to get down to this valley bottom now and up to Barrow. So there we are. I've retraced my steps. Now you can see that path cutting down the hillside there. So that's the path we came earlier, following the ridge down. Well, I'm going to take that one, skirting down the hillside to the stream, let the dogs have a drink, and then we're going to go up outer side and drop down and head towards Barrow. And then it's quite a long walk back to the last two, I'm afraid. The outer side over there. Nice path wrapping round. This path up and down the valley up to Barrow I'll be taking back later to the Col and the crossroads that we saw an hour or so ago. So I'm going up pretty much straight up the side of outer side. Found a tiny path, making a beeline for the summit. Seemed the best thing to do. So short but steep, so it won't be too long before I'm at the top. So here we are at the top, outer side. Fantastic. So that's the next destination down there, Barrow. So up here, Causey Pike, Scar Crag, Sail. As you can see, it's a lovely path coming off the top of outer side. We'll just nip round, I think that's Stile End there, and we'll drop down and pick up the main path up to Barrow, which we'll then retrace, but then follow the valley bottom path all the way back to that Col that we were at earlier today. So we're just dropping down to Barrow Door, and then we're going to ascend up to Barrow over there. And that's the furthest point I will be from the car when I get over there. But we will have done 9 of the 11 Wainwrights, so I think all the hard work's been done. So here we are, Barrow. And look at them views. That's Keswick, Derwentwater. Wow, so there we go. We'll have Cat's Bells, that'll be High Spy. That'll be, I think it was Dalehead. I'm sure it was Dalehead, might be Valley. I'm sure it was Dalehead. Forget the name of the middle one, but the next one will be in Robinson. That was a big day out, enjoyed that one. So we're going to retrace our steps from Barrow now, head up the valley up to the Col that we crossed earlier. Stan and Lenny are having a fantastic day. Just dropping off a Barrow. Quite a good path, and I suspect it's going to be quite a good path until I try and nip over to Ard Crag, because I've plotted that section as pathless. I'm just trying to cut across a valley, so that's going to maybe where it all starts getting interesting. This valley path is nice and steady, really. It's climbing, but ever so gentle, the gradient. So it's not too bad. Having said that, I think when I turn left up to that Col, I've got a bit of a hike up there, because it did look steep. So there we go. I knew the path would steepen up at some point. That's the bit that takes you up to the crossroads at the Col we crossed earlier today. So here we are, back at the crossroads. We went up there earlier and we came down there earlier, so now we're heading this way. So the plan is to drop down this side here until I come to the line of some old fence posts, if they're still there. I'm going to cut down to the valley bottom, following pathless, following the fence posts, and then cut straight up the other side over there to Ardfell. In fact, I can see somebody stood at the top over there, and I can see a faint path on the other side, so I suspect that's the line that I'm wanting to take. So wing and a prayer, a bit further down I'll be able to hang a left. Clearly other people have had a similar idea, because this is the point where I want to turn off. So there's a very faint path here, not shown on the map, and equally there's a very faint path going up the other side, again not shown on the map. So that's where we're going to go. I think it's the line of an old fence post. So we're in the valley bottom. That's a col up there where we've come down from, came down that path, cut down here, and we're now cutting up this very steep fell side to Ardcrag. So I'm looking across at Causey Pike over there. So we were there earlier today. I think, to be fair, once we've done this one, we've broken the back of the climbing for today. Even though there's one more, I think we just pretty much hug the ridge line. Let's hope so, eh? So here we are. Wow, that was a tough one. This is Ardcrags. So we're on the ridge line now, as you can see. There's the footpath I came up brings you out exactly at the top. So looking across, you can see up there there's Sale, Crag Hill, and you might just be able to make out the cairn on the way to Grassmore in the background, and then there'll be over there, there'll be Wandop and Witless Pike. So we've done all of them today, and then there was the two on the other side of the ridge as well, Barrow and Outer Side. So we've got one more to go. We're going to follow this ridge line, drop down, and then climb again. That's a better view. So you can see the path now following the ridge line, heading up to Knott Rig over there. And don't think we've got to descend too much before we reascend. It's quite a pleasant last Wainwright of the day, I'd say, probably the easiest one. So I think the summit of Knott Rig is just beyond the rise you can see ahead. Not far now. Fabulous views. All these we've climbed today. Stunning. Absolutely glorious day. So here we are at Knott Rig. Oh, somebody's put a rose there for us on Mother's Day. A lovely touch. Wow, fabulous day. So I'm going to follow this path now back down to the pass. I have to say the scenery has been absolutely wonderful today, and just dropping down now to the pass, which drops you down into Buttermere. And I think once you get to the head of the pass where this path comes to, it's about 3/4 of the mile, maybe a mile, back down to the car. But look at that view there, just going over the ridge. That's stunning. So that's a better view. That's the head of the pass, which we're heading to now, and then we're going to hang a right, follow the lane, say it's about 3/4 of a mile or so, back down to where the car's parked, just down there. Hi, welcome to route number 26 of my Wainwright challenge. We're getting close now. 17 Wainwrights left, and today I walked 11. So we're getting very close. It's Sunday the 27th of March and I parked at Buttermere. There's a big car park, well, pulling on the side for free. Now today's walk, I was a little bit worried about it. I must have plotted it half a dozen times from different start points, trying to get all 11 Wainwrights in. So I ended up on this one, and I have to say I'm really pleased with how the walk came out. Now you can split the walk up into 3 sections. So the first being the first 4 really. It's Witless Pice, Wandop, Grassmoor and Eel Crag or Crag Hill. And basically that third of the walk is climbing. You're making all your ascent. It starts off quite steeply for a while up Witless Pike, but you're just pretty much climbing until you get to the high point of Grassmoor, where you'll drop off, but then you still got to climb almost as high again up to Crag Hill or Eel Crag. But then after that, your kind of work's done for quite some time. So the next section, the next third of the walk, which is Sale, Scar Crag. Now I changed my mind to go to Causey Pike next, and then following that I went down to Outerside and Barrow. Now the reason I changed my mind was I was ever so gradually descending. So this middle third of the walk, you're actually dropping off and you're gradually descending on the various tops. So it's relatively I'd say easy. It's much easier because you're going to descending with ever so minor inclines at each Wainwright. And it worked quite well, although Barrow and Outerside are a fair way away from Causey Pike. So you've got a long descent off of Causey Pike, and then you know, a bit of a climb up Outerside, and then a bit of a long drag, if you like, to Barrow. And Barrow is the furthest point away from the car. Now this leads me on to the last third of the day, which is kind of a long up, followed by a very steep up, and the descent back to the car. And I say a long up, you walk back to the Col and the crossroads, which is quite a long way. And when I looked at the profile of the walk I did on Strava, that section is one of the longest climbs of the day, other than the first section of Witless Pike. So it is a long drag, and you're only going to the Col, because following on from the Col, you obviously got to drop down to the next section before you start the very steep ascent of Ard Crag up a path which isn't shown on the map, which takes you out exactly to the trig point. So it's really handy and really good path. And although it's steep, it's not overly long, and it doesn't take too long to get up there. At which point you can follow the tops, the path along the top. Really nice path which takes you up to Knotrig. Now there's a variety of ways off of Knotrig. I did notice again an unplotted path coming off the side, dropping back down to the beck and the stream in the bottom. I opted to follow the main path down to the road and follow the road to the car, and I'm still quite pleased I did that, because it was relatively painless, not too far down to the car, and the easiest way back. Alternatively, you can cut across the crag and reascend the other side and follow another footpath back to the car. Absolutely fantastic day. Now it was just under 15 miles, but there's a huge 5,422 feet of ascent. But it only took me 7.5 hours. It was relatively good paths most of the day. Made going fairly easy, and very achievable day. I had doubts that it might have been too much. Definitely not. Definitely worth doing. And you know, you can bag 11 Wainwrights in one day.